Hey guys, it's your girl CurlyBeauty. I'm back at it again with another video, period. So in today's video, I will be transforming this hair that Buladou had sent me. They sent me their deep wave in a 14-inch closure and 3 bundles of 14 inches. And I thought, since this hair was so short, I might as well just transform it into a bob. So that's exactly what I'll do. And I just want to let you guys know that I am not a stylist. I'm not certified in anything. So before I get those hate comments like, girl, that's not how you cut your bob. Listen, I did it the CurlyBeauty way, period. And guess what? It worked and I loved it. It was beautiful to me. So if you want to learn a thing or two, then keep on watching, okay? And I hope that this helped you, and I hope that your bob looks poppin', sis. As you guys see, I like to wear the wig first just to see the length of the bob that I want it to be. So that's why I like wearing the wig and cutting it while it's on my head rather than cutting it on a mannequin head to start off with. So as you see, my hair is dry and I'm just cutting it. I'm just cutting like a little bit at a time. You want to start cutting little at a time, not too much, because then you're going to just be bald already. Like, you don't want that. And you guys can see like how I'm cutting. The scissors are diagonal. They're like in a diagonal motion going downward. That's how you want to cut because you want this to look like a bob. Okay, so see, when I got to like my non-dominant side, I had to cut diagonally up to try to match the other side. So like if you're a lefty, then you're right. Hold up, how would I even explain that? Basically your non-dominant side is going to be the hardest to cut because it's not what you're familiar with. So what I did was just cut by diagonally cutting up, if that makes sense. Y'all understand me, right? So you could see how I'm like kind of like going through and pulling the hair just to see the long pieces hiding, and then I'm just snipping those off. Okay, so don't play with the back too much while it's on your head because you can't see back there. But I was kind of like cutting some of it, so when I do place this on the mannequin head to cut the back of the hair, it would like help me a little bit more. I personally feel like we're better off by being visual learners, so I'm not trying to talk too much, but it always ends up happening. But what I'm doing here is I'm just like going towards like the bottom of the hair and like cutting the hair below because you want this hair to look layering. So I'm starting at the bottom and then I will end up eventually layering it out. Okay, so I know the back is looking a little crazy, but I want it to purposely be like that once again because when we do place it on the mannequin head, it will be easier and we can actually see what we're cutting. To the kitchen, period. Okay, now I'm cutting the back of the head. and my camera actually had fell right there. So but seriously, we're cutting the back of the head, and I also like fixed up the sides of my bob just while it's on the mannequin head, but you also want to be careful while cutting because it will look so different on the mannequin head and then on your head. So as you see, I'm doing layers in the back. And you guys see how like when I'm making layers in the back of the bob, I'm like using the scissors downward. Honestly, this is when I started to get a little scissor crazy. The bob was still cute, but it was getting shorter and shorter, you know, because I was cutting it on this mannequin head and I didn't really see what it looked like on my head. That's why I like cutting the sides while it's on my head so I can see how long it is and everything. The only thing I should have really cut on this mannequin was the back, but you know, it didn't work like that. But I actually like doing this because I could actually see the other uneven pieces. So as long as you're careful with cutting, you should be fine. See, this is exactly what I mean. Like, I could actually see what I was doing on the mannequin head, so it was easier to cut those unfinished or uneven pieces. That's what I liked about it. See, it definitely does look shorter, but you know, it's okay. We're still going to be popping regardless. And now I'm kind of just evening out the front of the hair just so it can match the other hair that I cut. So now that we cut the hair, when it was dry, I decided to wet the hair just so I can make sure that everything is even, and whatever still needs to be fixed, I will cut it while the hair is wet, if that makes sense. And you guys will see what I'm talking about. So now that the hair is wet, I'm just doing the same thing, cutting it on the mannequin just so I could see the back and make sure everything is even and looking slayed. So I'm just scrunching the hair now, just so it can have some wave and definition. But honestly, I didn't need to do that. I actually have a better way of how I got my curls. So this is the hair when it was dry, and I'm just using argan's oil. So thank you so much for watching, loves, and I hope you enjoy this video.